What's up, everybody? I'm here with Jason, the man, the myth, the legend, and he is currently wearing the flyest shirt in the world, the I Am Marketing shirts. And first of all, I want to just thank you for taking a minute to chat with us and go over everything. And if you could just take a minute and tell everybody how you got connected with Billy Genius Marketing, how you heard about us, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I probably like majority of the folks, I was cruising on Facebook, and Billy Jean just dialed me in with one of those ads, and yeah, it was I think a case study ad. I think it was the Massage Envy, and so check that out. And I'm really big. I've been into SEO for a while now. That's kind of my background, and been over the last year or so really developing out Facebook skills, and so. Haven't really dialed into the working with clients type aspect of it. I've been kind of behind the scenes with e-commerce and stuff like that. And so being that really connected, and I was like, oh, wow, this would be a good opportunity to learn from some people who are already kicking butt with it and in the local market, and develop out those skills. And yeah, so I ended up in the Clicks to Customers course. And at this point, I'm just got out of that, and I'm in the well, it was the partner program, but I'm not sure what it is now. It's kind of morphed into something else, but
yeah. So, it's the CAMP program, Customer Acquisition Mastery Program.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but no, it's been a nice ride.
To clarify, so with your background, you weren't doing a lot of things where you were actually communicating with clients, right? It was just kind of one-off, as you said, SEO. Can you give us some examples of what you were doing before, just so I have an understanding?
Yeah. I was actually working with clients, and so, but my services that I offered them were limited to search engine optimization through Google or Bing, the typical kind of get you ranking for keywords.
Right.
The only paid aspect of that was AdWords. I was doing some AdWords campaigns for folks, but I really hadn't embraced the kind of the Facebook movement to take these clients that are in these local markets. I work with a whole range. There's really no niche I'm working with. I have attorneys, I have roofers, I have software companies. I have just a variety of folks. Some are in local markets. I have international clients.
Majority of my question for you.
Yes.
So here you go. You have this business that's going, and then why even make the switch to Facebook? Why even learn that skill set when you already got something going on?
Yeah, absolutely. And so SEO has changed a lot over the years, but one thing has never changed is a client's desire to get instant results, right? The faster results. And so
what do you mean they're not willing to wait 6 months for things to work? What are you talking about?
Yeah, kind of the roller coaster. And so that's what really attracted me to Facebook, was especially when you see results like you guys get for your clients. It's more of an instant. It doesn't always happen instantly, but it happens a lot faster. And that ROI is easy to measure right away out the gate. So that's what really attracted me to it. So yeah, absolutely.
So when you were pitching clients with the SEO services, because of those challenges, like you're saying, they don't see results for a few months. Sometimes they don't always even see what you're doing, because a lot of it's just in cyberspace. What kind of objections would you hear from clients? And the reason why I'm digging into this is because I have a lot of people in this position where you're coming from. Yeah. So I think they'll relate a lot to that. So
yeah,
what kind of objections were you seeing that, or how pissed off were clients getting with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest thing is any SEO worth their salt is not going to be able to pinpoint an exact time that the client's going to benefit from those results. So we can only kind of predict based on past models and what we're seeing, with the existing situation of that client. And so the biggest objections were, for one, when am I going to see results? A lot of them just really wanted to narrow that down and say, I can't just pay you forever. And that's a very valid, very valid conversation with the client. And so it's a matter of, trying to estimate, but you still can't be exactly, you can with, say, a method like Facebook.
You don't want to hold them and overpromise or something like that and turn it into something.
Absolutely. And the other piece of that is, paying for a service that is a long-term investment, essentially. With any long-term investment, no matter what that is. Again, a business owner, and I understand, I relate as a business owner myself. And you want when you want something, you want it now, right?
Yeah. You want it yesterday, actually, if we're being specific.
Absolutely. So really, time was the biggest objection, is being holding out for those results. It's it's you have to really build that trust up with the client, ahead of time, and realize it, take them through a partnership essentially. No different with the Facebook ads, except for, again, we're talking light years speed in terms of results for a client that we can really showcase. Hey, phone is ringing right now. Here it is. Yeah. And here's how it happened. Even with SEO, there's still a lot of unknowns. Yeah. There's a lot, it's tracking out there, but still sometimes it's really hard to dial down, what your sources are or whatnot. Facebook ads is all.
So when you come into, and one, thank you for sharing all that, because I know there's so many people who are watching right now like, I'm there right now, right? Yeah, and then in addition to that, what we didn't even touch upon is how competitive it's gotten, right? Like every single industry is expensive. It's becoming more difficult. It's challenging. It's taking more time. And so it's like this road. So I love it. So you come to that point in your business and then you decide, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and make the switch.
Yep.
And you come into our course, click send to customers, and tell us about your experience with that.
Yeah. First right out the gate, very organized very well. I like the format of the course, video lessons over the shoulder, very straightforward, there's no guessing. There's not a lot of theory going on. Like, hey, I think this happened. It's like, this is what happened when we did it here. Here's what that looked like, and here's how you do that and execute that. So really love that format. I love learning that way. And then just the simplicity in the way that you present it makes it easy to pick up. I do have somewhat of a marketing background, but yep. I know if I knew nothing about marketing, I would still kind of be able to get out the gate running with the way you present the material.
So interesting question for you, because you had a client database from doing SEO, right? And you kind of came from there, and now it's kind of about bringing this new service to there. What were some things that you implemented while in the course when, as you're learning, okay, I can use this here, or were there things like that? Give us some kind of case studies, examples of how you're able to leverage that information to your current business.
Yeah, absolutely. The first and foremost, I was able to present new options for clients that some were already seeing results and some weren't. Just being able to come in and just offer that, alternative method to get clients through the door. The more the merrier for them. So
new information is a new reason to talk to somebody. So
absolutely. So great way to get them clients was, first and foremost, a way to, get conversations going again about new marketing and get them excited again for being with me as a consultant, and so it just upped my value, skyrocketed my value in that sense. So.
And I think that's so huge. What people don't realize is when you can do something that somebody else can't, you can always charge money. So here you are coming with this new skill set with confidence because you're actually working with the team that's doing it, and actually being able to go and solicit these services, which is pretty cool. So
yeah, absolutely. And it's the key part of that here, and the big key for me in this is I move from being just the SEO guy, and for some folks, I'm their only marketing method. For some, I'm part of a bigger picture that they already had some other things in place.
Right.
But I was the SEO guy, referred to, hey, here's our SEO guy. You can see that in the communication and the forwarding of, hey, here's the password guy. Our SEO guy needs it. Yeah. I can step back and become the marketing guy. And you had mentioned this before in one of your lessons or one of your videos that, like you said, the skill set is so much value. So to be able to come in was a big picture strategy and know how to not only have, that long-term investment of SEO, but be able to fill in that gap with the short term. Yep. The customers now, I call it customers now and customers later. I can kind of put those together. Right.
Oh, so, I love that. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, hey, we're going to get you started with Facebook right now. We're going to start bringing you results right away. Within hours of turning on the campaign, you're going to see an impact in your difference. At the same time, retention, we're going to be building out your websites, backlinks, etc., so that when people search for you, they show up. So you got the ultimate fucking whammy right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's a dangerous weapon. It's a dangerous weapon to wield.
I love it. Okay, so now let's talk about it, and I need to be kept up to speed on this. So now you guys kind of understand how you came into the picture, what you've done. So tell us about your business right now today. Like where are you at?
Yeah, and so the big thing, and you talk about this in the course, is even though we come out with this knowledge, we still need to prove it, right? You lead with results, and so. That was one thing I wanted to build up. And so what I've been doing since kind of graduating and is getting getting those stats. So I've been working with some of the current clients to work in some campaigns that we can implement, and then also reaching out to cold clients like you kind of teach, just kind of doing the client acquisition piece, but I'm just kind of leading with, hey, let me get you some, let me take care of all the finances out the window. Let me get you some clients, and I'm going to do it for free. You just give me a testimonial. So that's kind of where I'm at now in that phase, kind of building up that portfolio, if you will, of results.
Absolutely. So tell us about some of those results that you've gotten, just so for people in outer space who are part of our crew.
So working now with a wedding photographer, and we're closing in on, I think when I checked it this morning, we've gotten over 50 leads for him already, and his minimum package is $4,000.
Okay, so I don't know if everybody's seeing this right now, but so you parlay this victory that you have in the fitness space, and more importantly than selling the client on your services, you show yourself that it's real. I think what makes me really happy right now is I think a lot of people go through traditional education system, right? Like a 4-year university.
Yep.
You come out and literally, if a business were to hire you, you wouldn't even know where to start in regards to making them money.
Absolutely.
You come on board with us on over a 6-week course, and then you've been continuing with us for a couple months, and literally are able to produce results, get the confidence, prove it to yourself, and now parlay that into a wedding photographer industry, which sounds like you just got some insane results. So let's talk about that now. First of all, how did you get this client?
Yeah, so that was just kind of a come to me kind of call, and it was normally I would say, hey, well, let's talk about SEO and how that works, but instead it's like, you know what, you might be a perfect fit for Facebook. And so here's what just kind of happened. I just got working with the fitness, so it just kind of happened, kind of fell. I didn't necessarily go search for a wedding photographer, but I said, hey, let's do this, see what we can do, and start getting the phone ringing, and I mean, it morphed into that. So, and just right out the gate, that's been pretty insane success. I'm spending.
Let's talk about the campaign that you're running. You don't have to give away to all the strangers in space what you do, but to give us an overview of like what it is that you're doing, like how you're getting the phone ringing, so that we can kind of paint a picture here.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're doing is I kind of set him up with we have a landing page in place, and he's targeting essentially a county, and what we're doing is we are offering a kind of a free mini photo session. Yeah, kind of what we're doing, just a trial, because our whole message is your wedding's the biggest day of your life. So why trust that with someone you don't know or you haven't tried out? Kind of what we're doing here. Why would you work with a marketing company that you don't know can get you results? So
and to cut you off right there, everyone, there's a shift being made in the way that we do business, and it's called you actually have to fucking earn it, right? And I think everyone just wants people to give them money in all their businesses, and they don't think they have to trial because you know how great your product is, but the problem is the customer doesn't. And sometimes you have to demonstrate that before earning their business. Now, on average, how much does a wedding planner or wedding for photos, how much do you pay for an event, for that wedding? What do they charge the photographer?
Like I said, his minimum package is $4K, and it just goes up from there based on what they want. So it's it can get out of control with an offer like that. So we put some limitations on it on when when the wedding is, and of course the beauty is he gets to talk to every single one of these people. So it's full control to who he does let into the offer and who he doesn't, and so it's really kind of a win-win, because it's perfect for me, because again, I'm now the hero of the day, and I can't even imagine how much more business is going to come from this. And there's already some plans with another partner of mine to kind of dive into that niche further. But for him, I mean, he literally has his pick and choose. He came from a BNI, is what he said, and I think he got like a couple referrals a month. And again,
tell everybody what a BNI is.
Yeah, it's a was it Business Network International or something? It's basically
where there's one person from like each industry, they all meet together, and then they refer each other business. And I love this because so many people are doing this, guys, girls. Okay, fine. You may get a customer once every quarter. Is that really enough to scale your business, to build your dreams? No, it's not. You need some kind of paid advertising message for everybody right now. If you're relying on referrals to build your business, guess what? You're going to be waiting a long time. You're going to grow about the rate that you've been growing, which is not growing. So it's so important to actually find a form of advertising that you can scale up. So let's go back into the stats there. So he makes about $4,000 off a package. He gets how many leads in what span of time?
He's again, we're coming up on. We still haven't hit 14 days yet. I want to say we're about day 12. I'll have to check the stats. We kind of started midweek. Yeah. But we're over 50 leads already.
So he's getting 50 leads, and they're a $4,000 package. So let's just hypothetically say he only closes 5% of the 50 leads. What's 5% of 50, Alabama? You know I don't know that math. Someone's looking at me like, God, this guy is a business guy.
2.5 or something like that, or 2 or.
Is it? What is it, Megan? Come on, quick! Hurry! Don't make me look bad. What's going on there? Calculator, somebody. What's 5% of 50? 5% of 50. We're looking real dumb right now.
And see, I want everyone to take a lesson from here. You know, we have no clue what this number is, but yeah, we can still get awesome results. So
exactly. Well, it's 2.5, obviously. Come on, you guys all knew that. It's 2.5, right? So you can't have 2.5 of a cell. So let's round down and say it's 2 cells. So that's $8,000. If he closes 5%, so that's accounting for shitty leads that aren't qualified. It's accounting for like people who are just trying to get something for free. It's accounting for him being the worst salesman of all time. It's accounting for him having really bad pictures. 5% is nothing for people who are in front of you. And most people don't want to deal with searching anymore, right? So the fact someone's actually trying to earn their business is exciting. So let's say he makes 2 sales of that. That's $8,000. Let me ask you a question. How much did you have to spend in advertising to bring him that many leads?
We've just went over $100.
Stop it. Stop it.
No, it's pretty crazy.
$100. Listen to this shit. You guys are $100 to potentially, if he does a horrible job, to make $8,000.
Yeah.
$8,000. Now again, that's 5%. Now let's say he realistically does 10%. That's 5. That's $40,000. Like the numbers are ridiculous, and you did that for them. So question, because right now you're in case study mode, right? Hey, let me do it for you. Let me see if we can earn your business, etc. And I'll give you a plan if you don't have one. But right now, have you guys started talking about a continuing fee, etc.?
Yeah. What we're doing is we're capturing, like we actually have video crew set up to capture that case study, which will be used as the advertisement. So we're going to go out and grab it, and then he is very excited to continue, but we want to make sure we're squared away on the case study piece and that he's satisfied, and we get that, and then we're talking the numbers. So for sure.
What are you thinking about charging him right now?
Honestly, we're talking around $2,000 right now, but we're still kind of figuring that out, what that is.
So it's going to be one of those things, because you're going to deal with 2, and now we'll kind of get a strategy of where you should go right here and the best steps for you. Okay?
Yeah.
So you're going to run into a couple things. So one is you're taking the industry of wedding photography, right? Most of the people are solopreneurs, right? They're individuals that are just out there snapping photos. There's not a ton of giant companies that are actually providing the services, right? And so with that, for them to have a cash on, hand to pay you what realistically you can charge $5,000, and if they really do stand and they're converting that, it's totally cool, right? Sure. But most of the time, they're going to have to start earning that money and then pay you a percentage, right? Yep. And because that's what the industry is. And so for something like this, I believe your best approach, and this is a little unique and tricky, but you should have them do a campaign for a month. Right? So your whole pitch as you scale this to the next guy and girl, as you have case studies, is say, look, let's run this for a month. And then after that, let's revisit it and discuss a bigger price. Okay. And initially when you get in, just to get your foot in the door, I think the $2,000 price point is perfectly fair. And you find people who are really willing to invest in their business. So you get them in as, hey, a $2,000 setup fee is I'm going to get you on, I'm going to get you going, I'm going to prove to you what we can do. After that though, we're probably going to have to renegotiate because the amount of money you're making compared to the value that I'm bringing isn't really going to be fair, but let me prove that to you.
Yeah.
And then from there, you can structure it a couple different ways. Number one, you can just charge a higher flat rate, right? But number two, and this depends on how you feel with the customer and if it's the right person. This is where you can charge a percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm going to charge you my $2,000 flat, but also anything that we book over that, I want 20% of that. I want 20% of that. And I think that's more than fair. They feel good about it because in their industry, they're like, whoa, I don't want to shell out like $10,000 to pay you a month, even though that's what you're worth. But it's going to make them feel comfortable. And you're both on the same team. You want them to get more leads. You want them to close. So you're going to help them. And they're going to be excited because they don't have to pay as much out of pocket. But yet you're still getting in that monthly. So you're still getting that income recurring, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to recommend that to try with you. And every now and then I see industries like this where it makes sense. I think that totally makes sense there for the demographic and the type of person that you're going to be going after, right? And so I first of all, do you have any questions before I continue?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you have any questions before I continue?
Oh, no.
Okay. So the other thing I'm going to tell you is the case study is so important. And you got to make sure that in there, you need to discuss a couple things. I'll give you some notes. Is number one, let's discuss what he was doing before you. That's giant. Definitely ask him that because that's the point in the testimonial where he's going to be talking about the problems that every single other solopreneur wedding photographer is dealing with also. So you want him to say that. So when they're watching the testimonial, they're relating to him right away. So, oh man, I was trying this, it didn't work. Then the next question, ask him specifically, what did you try and how much money did you lose as a result? How much money did you lose as a result of that? Because you want to show them how expensive it is to not work with you. You want to put a monetary value to look, okay, you already told me you blew $3,500 of shit that's not working. I'm showing you something that already worked. It's proven to the T. It's right here, right? And I'm only charging you $2,000, but so how much money are you going to continue to lose? So you make it visual there. And then also too, it's always important, like the emotion. So find out their why. That's the next question I would ask. So listen, like, why is this important to you? Why do you enjoy, wedding photography? And then also, why is it important for you to be making X amount of dollars a month? Because then you find out, oh, well, I have a family and I have my mother, she's sick, or, I have a child or whatever it is. And again, now they're just relating to the audience, right? So then you want to ask them what happened as a result of working with you, right? And they're going to tell you, oh, well, we got this and we got this so much customers. And then the next thing you want to say is how much money did that bring you in? So you get the logical people out there and they're going to actually, tell you like, okay, hey, as a result of that, I brought in $8,000 and I'm already pending another 2 appointments and it's crazy. So who knows how much money I stand to make, right? And then the last question you ask them is, well, how is that money, whatever that number is, that $8,000, how is that going to change your life? And then that's when you get the happy, warm, like, oh man, so you know what I mean? So it'll feel really good. And then also too, when you're showing the testimonial, I would have it live like this because I think it's so important to not just have like an edited video, so to speak, and make it feel more raw, very conversational, right? Like for example, when we do these videos, we always get a lot of applications because it's just real, right? We didn't prep before this. We both helped on our call. We're just talking it out. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do in your testimonial. You wanna get that in a video for your priority in your business in regards to you making more money, Jason. Nothing's more important than getting that, nothing. And documenting all the stats. So talk about how, how many days it's been. Within 10 days, you already got this amount of people and get all of the facts that you can to support what you're doing, right? And then in addition to that, once you actually have the data, the video, etc., you're gonna do 2 things. So number one, to save your pockets, is you do want to just prospect to people by calling them. So somewhere I would search for you is Yelp. Look on Yelp. Look for the highest rating photographers in different cities. You're going to look for the highest rating ones because you know the ones who are actually serious versus the ones who are doing as a hobby. You don't want the hobby person because they're never going to be that good of a candidate. So look for the ones who have top ratings. You can tell, hey, Kristen's been doing my weddings for 7 years, like the real deal. You know what I mean? They're actually in. So first start on Yelp. And then you're going to call them. It's a solopreneur photographer person. Like even sending out a video proposal to them, is not going to be as effective. Just pick up the phone and call, because they're going to answer. And if they don't answer, I would send them a text message, because most of them will have their phone number listed, and then be like, hey, I wanted to talk to you about your wedding photography, business.
Right.
They're going to call you, oh shit, is he getting married? Like they're going to call back. So just shoot them a text. Hey, I want to talk to you about wedding photography business. That's all I want to do. Right. And then start with a compliment when you get them on the phone. Hey, just want to tell you, I was looking at your Yelp reviews. Holy shit, you're the real deal. You are the real deal. Well, anyways, all transparency, my name's Jason, and I actually work with photographers, wedding photographers, to get more business. And look, I know people try and sell you things all the time. I don't want to sell you anything. But recently, I ran a campaign for one of my buddies, and they got, 4 new appointments on a $100 ad spend, and it was insane. It was good. I was wondering if I can earn your business and just run a campaign for you, for free for a couple days, just to show you what we can do. That's all I want to do.
That's awesome.
That's it. Just tell them, what I mean? Like this is the beauty of leading with results. This is the beauty of having the skill set that you do, is you can get away with that. Because as soon as you turn that shit on, they're going to see something, and she's going to be sparked. She's going to be lit. And then she's going to be happy to pay you. It's not pulling teeth anymore. She's going to be asking you, well, how do we do this some more? And get that long relationship going. Right? Awesome. So that's the play-by-play strategy. Now, once you get going, because you're going to run into more challenges too, right? You're going to see different challenges in different locations. You're going to, as you talk to the client, you're going to understand more about what they face in regards to maybe transitioning people from like a free little mini picture session to the actual wedding cell. And we're just going to learn a lot more. So you want to make sure you take as many notes as you can about this particular niche. And then once you feel confident and you've worked with 4 or 5 different wedding photographers, now let's move to a Facebook ad, attracting wedding photographers. And my friend, when you do that, and we have examples within camp, and then also on the calls, I'll help you build those. But once you run an ad campaign to all wedding photographers, showing them what you did, my friend, well, that's when you make stupid money, and that's when business changes overnight, just like you changed theirs. You know what I mean? That's exactly how it goes. You come in, and next thing you know, you wake up with 10 leads from wedding photographers who also want the same thing, and you really scale. But I don't recommend that until you get a couple people cold. Don't even spend any money. Just go cold, earn some business, learn more about the industry, get your skill set up within that niche, and that's it. So, man, I truly believe this is going to be the best path for you. And then, like I tell everyone, in this case, I think it's smart for you to put on the blinders, because the value proposition in the industry that you stumbled upon is huge. And when I say that, you spend $100 to get somebody like you 50 leads, which could potentially mean to $8,000 in sales for him. And it speaks to that demographic where they don't have a lot of cash up front. So you may have a smaller budget, but guess what? That's okay. That's okay, because you can still deliver what you want to deliver. So I think the industry is beautiful. It's unique. It's something that you've cracked the code on. Now you need to put on your blinders, document the shit out of that. Once you have it documented, reach out to people in Yelp in different cities. And then once you do that and you document that, you'll run a Facebook ad to really scale the business. And then we can start talking about higher level stuff in regards to, hiring people, when to hire contractors, and all those things. And we'll continue to grow over the course of, this year, and just continue to make it happen, man. So you're doing everything right. But the faster you get that case study, the faster you reach out, the faster you can bring more money into your pocket, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Rock and roll. What's the monetary goal for you?
Just like for this year, or like we talked about?
Or like how much?
You know what? I mean, I really want to get to, I just have this set number. I want to be at 50K a month.
Yeah, 50K a month. Let's do some math. Let's make it visual for you right now. 50K a month, charging wedding photographers $2,000 a month, which is very reasonable considering the results that you get, right? Yeah. We're not even talking about the percentage part yet. All right. So 50 divided by 2, that's 25. So your goal right now in life is just to get 25 wedding photographers paying you on a monthly basis. Mm-hmm. See, we just simplify it. Just 20. That's all you need. You want to get 50K? Just get fucking 25 wedding photographers to say yeah. Beauty of it is they can be anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. But that's it. So when you simplify it like that and you just start checking off and going, that's all you need to do. Literally everything else, you got to just put it as a distraction, label as that, and stay in that laser focus. If you stay in that laser focus zone, man, you will get there so quick. You'll get there so quick. And then we can do another one and be like, yo, guys, remember what we said?
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Rock and roll, brother. Any other questions for me?
You hit some good stuff, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for reaching out. And, man, congrats on implementing. I mean, a lot of people come through and they learn stuff. Very few people take action. You took action right away. How long have you been with us now?
You know what? I want to say I'm in the second month of the camp or the partnership. Cool. So I joined the partnership like when I was still in the class, Qzx customers. So nice. I honestly don't know but it's not long. Nice. Yeah.
Well, either way, I mean, way to actually do it, way to take action. And now you've got this freaking gym that you're sitting on, which is being the guy for wedding photographers. And that's your quickest path to 50K. So now you have clarity, right? You have clarity. The steps are right there. Now it's just up to you to just work, just hustle. And obviously to get to this point, you had to been doing that already. So good job, man. I'm super fucking proud of you. That's awesome. And way to fucking stumble upon that win. And good job for the wedding guy who's reaping the benefits of what you've done right now. Like, I mean, that is fantastic, man. So great job, man. That's awesome. And someone out there right now is listening to this and they just got fired the fuck up. And I'm one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's fun stuff. I mean, when it take away all the other things, it's just fun. It's just fun to not only do this stuff, but just see the results you can get. And just, I mean, that makes it fun. It just makes it super fun. It's not a chore at that point. It's not work.
Yeah, that nervous feeling when you have a campaign and you haven't turned it on yet, but then you finally hit play and then all of a sudden it's like 3 hours like, oh my gosh, it's working. It's working.
The first one comes in, you're like, oh, yes.
Nice. And for everyone on the fence about, joining camp, Customer Acquisition Masters program, and jumping in with us for the year, what would you tell them? What would you recommend unscripted, off the cuff? What would you tell them?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a big firm believer in investing in yourself, right? If you can't invest in yourself, then what are you doing? What are you doing? And this is probably the single best investment you can make if you want to get into not only just, learning the Facebook ads, but I mean, you can see by this talk alone, just marketing in general. I mean, you know your stuff, and that's what, big thing that attracted me to it. And so, it will pay for itself. I can guarantee it. All you got to do is just take the action and it will pay for itself, hands down.
Love it, brother. Well, thanks again for being a part of it. Everyone, the tuition for the year is $6,800 and worth every fucking penny. And it's about to go up. So go to Qzx900customers.com, use passcode BOSS and apply. And you can hang out with other entrepreneurs. You're the average of the 5 people you hang out with most, but you've just been hanging out with Billy Jean. And the man, the myth, and the legend, give yourself a plug right now. Tell everyone about your company. Tell them to buy your shit. Give yourself a plug.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Jason McKim, and owner of LA Fresh SEO, but evolving that into to a company to be named later. But right now, just know I'm dangerous.
Love it, brother. Thanks for reaching out, and I'll see you on the call tomorrow.
All right, man. Take care.
Later, brother.